Hey everyone, this is Deirdre's dad in my own little corner that she doesn't know about. And today we're gonna make some food because it's Sunday and that's what you do. So we got the Weber Genesis going here. Let's see what's grilling. Oh yeah. So over here we got 2 full chickens. We're doing it beer can chicken style, which means you rub it up with some good old rub and you shove a can of beer up its rump, and then you sit it there and you let it cook forever. But since we already, oh, and it's going on indirect heat, by the way. This grill over here, this is not on. Over here we got the direct heat going and we're making salsa. It is currently August the 15th or so. We got our homegrown tomatoes that are in. We scored some tomatillas and we'll have some onions, jalapenos, peppers, and garlic a little bit later. So we're gonna have to do this in 2 batches, but we're gonna grill all this up so the skins are nice and easy to peel off, and then we're gonna pull it out. So I'll post a second video once we're taking all this stuff off, but just wanted to check y'all in on what's going on this day. How? Hey guys, we're gonna do step 2 here. Let's see what's going on. All right, so I didn't say this before, but just so someone doesn't at me, don't let that stuff touch that stuff. Food safety, very important. Okay, so kind of checking in here. These have been going for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. We've been flipping them, we've been taking care of them, and you can see the skins peeling away. That means these maters are red dye. So I'm gonna pull them off. I'm gonna put the other batch of stuff, this stuff, I'm gonna put that on, and then we're gonna keep on going. All right, we're gonna do a quick check-in on what's going on. As you can see, we've taken the soft, squishy stuff off. We've now put the crisper stuff on. So we're just now kind of tending, flipping. Yeah, you can use your hand here, don't worry. I mean, all you're just doing is flipping it out and taking care of it and doing that. So, you can't smell this, but I gotta tell you, the smell of roasted garlic and roasted jalapenos is amazing. It's awesome. So really good things are happening here. Things are going really well. It is going to take these onions much longer and this garlic much longer than it takes these peppers all together. So we're just gonna play that by ear. I won't do another check-in on the grill part. The next stage is gonna be mixing it all up. So check in with you then. See ya. All right, welcome back. Let's have a discussion about tomatoes while we're at it. So to make this particular salsa, you must use either garden grown or farmer's market tomatoes. Do not use store-bought tomatoes. Store-bought tomatoes, kind of like kissing your sister. Might feel good at the time, but you're gonna feel bad later and you just don't do it. So this particular guy was grown from our garden. We've grilled it so the skin is peeling away. And now we're gonna do something that is gonna seem really, really crazy. So we're pulling all that skin away because the skin is kind of tough. We don't want that skin. I'm just gonna throw that away like that. Doing this one-handed, so it's taking me a little bit, but we're kind of peeling off all that skin. Wow, you know how hard it is to film and actually work at the same time? Great hard. Okay, so we got the skin off. Now, this next part, I know what you're thinking. It's gonna hurt. You're saying, hey man, I grew this tomato lovingly in my garden. It is beautiful, it is ripe, it is gorgeous. And now the thing I'm about to do, it's gonna seem crazy, but you gotta do it. Okay, so you gotta take it, you gotta cut out this top part. I'm gonna set that aside. Do the same over here. We gotta go like that. That, and then you gotta just mash your hand down. You got to get all that water out. We are getting all that water out of this tomato. And it seems crazy, right? Big, luscious, juicy tomato, and you're getting all the water out? Yeah, we are, because we have to. You don't want runny salsa, so you got to get rid of it. Now, if you want to save this water for some recipe or whatever, that's up to you. But you're going to smush all that water out, and you're going to drop it over there. That's what you got to do, and you got to do that for all of the tomatoes that you just lovingly grew and that you grilled. All right, see you in a bit. All right, this is the last step. So we have squeezed all the water out of the tomatoes, and that is probably about 5 or 6 tomatoes. That's what it turned into. We have our 5 tomatillas with that outer shell removed. We have our jalapenos ready to go. We have our onion, we have our red pepper, we've got 2 teaspoons of salt, we got our cloves of garlic with everything peeled, we got some cilantro sitting over there. Now a note on jalapenos. I'm gonna go on a little sidebar here. So, I used to work for Pace Picante Sauce. When you are making salsa and using jalapenos, this membrane and these seeds are where the capsaicin lives. That's the heat for jalapenos. So, for the salsa that I'm making, I'm removing this from 2 of the jalapenos and leaving it in 2. And the goal here is to make salsa that is hot but not nuclear. So you adjust for your own preferences. But one thing about using jalapenos, like real jalapenos, you never really know how hot they are. It's going to vary depending on how they were grown and what the temperature was and the type of seeds, etc. You just don't know. So you're going to have to experiment and adjust and play, and hopefully you're good with that. So back to making some salsa. Step 1, we're going to take these tomatillas and we're going to throw them in the blender. And then we're going to take some garlic and we're just going to grab some cloves. I'm making 2 batches, so I'm going to grab about half of those in the blender. Maybe 1 or 2 more cloves here. Bloop, bloop, in the blender. Then I'm going to take 2 jalapenos that have the seeds in them. And I'm going to take 2 jalapenos that are all seeded. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of salt. There it goes. And then I'm going to take this lime and we're going to squeeze it. Squeeze the lime. The lime obviously was not grilled. That stands to reason, but you know, sometimes you got to say obvious things. So you don't grill the limes. You just squeeze them in there. Lime, lime, lime. Lime, lime, lime. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh man, this would be so much easier with 2 hands. But, you know, you do what you can. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you a story about working for Pace and capsaicin. There is a jalapeno trail, believe it or not. That's a string of farms that stretch from Florida down through Texas, dips into Mexico, and goes into Southern California. And that farm and that trail is where Pace, the brand, gets their jalapenos. So the goal is to always have a supply of jalapenos throughout the year to be able to make it. The other thing is that Pace grows no-heat jalapenos. They grow these massive jalapenos that have absolutely no heat to them. You just get the jalapeno taste. To adjust the heat to either mild, medium, or hot, Pace puts in, after the fact, capsaicin. And they do that because, as I was telling you, you really don't know with any given jalapeno what you're going to get. You just don't know. So, for a commercially marketed salsa, they got to adjust it. Makes sense. And I got to tell you, man, those no-heat jalapenos, they're huge. They're about the size of Oh, like an acorn squash. That's how big those suckers are. And you can eat them like an apple. You really can. So, kind of fun, peeking behind the scenes, the way stuff gets done. All right, so we've got that done. Awesome. So now we are going to slap the lid on. Bonk. And we're going to pulse. Turn it on. All right, so now we got this green soupy mess. Cool, that's what we're going for. We're gonna pull the lid off. Awesome. Then we're gonna take our tomatoes. Boom. We're gonna plop them in there. And then we're gonna take our red pepper. And we're gonna take our onion. And do that. Oh, very important, I forgot. I'm gonna take a big old wad of cilantro. Some people don't like cilantro. I do. So is that about half of it? Yeah, it's about half of it. So we got all that. Put that in there. Time to pulse. Oops. All right, we are done. So now we have made Knock Your Nose in Your Watch Pocket salsa. And we've done it using fresh homegrown tomatoes. We've done it using lots of really fresh ingredients. And it's been a lot of fun. Hang on a second and I'll give you the payoff. Time for the payoff. We got our chip. We're going in, getting a little something, something. Oh yeah. Oh man, that is perfect. Awesome. That is the stuff. How? Thanks for tuning in. That's how you make the awesome salsa. Enjoy your weekend or your Monday, Tuesday, whatever day you find yourself in. Enjoy it and kill it. See ya. All right, everybody, the last video of this series. We're gonna check the beer can chicken. It is about 3:30, give or take. It's been on for about 3 hours or so. We have this burner turned to half, this one to off, this one to off. It's been like that the whole time. So now we're gonna take our Thermapen. If you don't have an instant read thermometer, get one because you need one. If you're gonna grill anything, shove it on in there. What we got there? Oh, 170. And that's reading 170. And that's reading 155. And that's reading 180. All right. And this over here, whoops. This over here is reading 175. All right. So our target temperature is 165. We look pretty good all the way around. This side was reading a little low and still is. It's about 156. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the sucker around, let it sit for a bit. This thing is about ready to come off though. We're in great shape. So we are maybe, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes away from dinner. That's what they look like. You saw them when they were raw. Now they're looking good. We're going to pull them off. We're going to let them sit for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to carve them all up and we'll have some dinner. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for coming along. And always remember,